No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
You've been constantly losing to this card. Angry that you cannot defeat it. Well, today I am going to tell you some tips on how to defeat Mystic Mine. Let's get that out of here. Now, normally you'd think obviously the standard ways to get rid of it are Cosmic Cyclone. You target a face-up spell or trap card on the field. Not face-up. I target a spell or trap card on the field and banish it. It's always good when they have Mystic Mine and Field Barrier. You target the Mystic Mine and then you banish it. Obviously, if they have Solemn Judgment and oops, sorry, not the camera. Mystic Mine and then Solemn Judgment, they'll negate it, or they will use Cursed Seal. But normally, this is one way of getting rid of it. Whoop, out of the way. Next one is Harvey's Feather Dust. It's come off the list at 1. You can destroy all spell or trap cards on your opponent's side of the field, so that's always good. This is another out. Obviously, it's at 1, so chances of seeing it are low, but it's still another out. Let's see here. Prohibition is a good one. If you're playing Mystic Mine and going first, you can call Mystic Mine and that will shut off the whole deck. Chances of them winning are highly remote now because you have no outs. They have no outs, sorry. So this is another good way of defeating Mystic Mine. Also, you can put in Prohibition on your side, meaning you can call any other tech card that you want to call, like Eldritch, called Golden Lord, shuts down the deck almost completely. You got Virtual World, I guess you can call the trap. If you're worried about the trap, you've got Dino, you could call Miscellaneous Source, because Overraptor searches anything and does a couple of things, but Miscellaneous Source gets them all the other combo pieces. What else could you call? What other? Drytrons, I guess you could call Cyber Angel Benton, and that shuts down the deck almost completely. Is Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm destroys all spell and traps your opponent controls, but only if you control no face downs, so it's always good in the start of the duel. Obviously, if it's later in the duel and you don't have any face up spell or traps or monsters, you can use it. So this is a very good way, and obviously if they negate it, you can activate it again, because you can only activate once per turn. If they negate the activation, you can activate it again. And the last card, or not last card I have put physically, is Cursed Seal and Forbidden Spell. Yes, I know it's a little bit harder to pull off and that you must see it. That's also another way of discarding a spell and they can't use it for the rest of the duel, which shuts down Mystic Mine completely. And then they'll have to figure out ways of combating your deck without Mystic Mine, where Mystic Mine doesn't stall and annoy you. It annoys me too when I have to face it, even though I play it. Some other cards, Imperial Order, which shuts down the deck completely. Spell Canceller. What other cards are there? Not really too much else that you can use to negate Mystic Mine. I guess you can use the trap. What's the one that negates spells, traps, quick spells, field spells for the rest of the turn. Though, other tips you have to watch out for is this card that's coming out. That's weird. Not dominating the format, but it's played, so it gets a monster out on your field. So what it does, I will bring it up close for you, is each player reveals one face down card from their extra deck. If they are the same type, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link, send your opponent's card to the grave, and if you do special summon your card, then if the cards are the same original type and attribute, your opponent takes a loser's life point equal to the revealed card's attack. Otherwise, send your card to the grave, and if you do, your opponent special summons their card. Now, what you have to figure out is your person playing Mystic Mine is not going to want to special their card. So they're not going to choose their boss monster, but they can choose Dragoon, they can choose Naturia Beast Exterior, they can choose Warrior from another planet or something like that. But what they want to do is predict what you're playing. So, sorry, if they know you're playing Virtual World, they might pick a link, because you're not going to really go into links, or they can pick a fusion because Virtual World doesn't go into fusion. If they know you're playing dinos, they're going to play fusion because you're not going to play fusion. If you're playing Eldritch, you might be playing links, you might be playing XYZs, then they might play synchros. And if you're playing Drytrons, you're obviously playing links, you're not really playing synchros, you're playing XYZs, so they might play fusions or synchros. You just have to know what your opponent, if they're playing this, and you know they're playing Mystic Mine, you have to predict what they're going to reveal, and they know what you're playing. So you have to assume they know what you're playing, so they'll choose the ones that you aren't going to think and play, and then obviously if you don't have it, then not much you can do about it. But this gives you a monster on the side of the field where you can demise it, where the opponent can demise it, land you, and then shut you out, because you've got a monster you can't evenly match now because it's 1-for-1. Obviously you can't Lightning Storm, you have face up card, you can't really do too much. The only outs to this card would be to stop Red Reboot, but Red Reboot only stops what's it called, traps, so it really can't stop Mystic Mine, so there's not too much you can do against this card. Yeah, that's just a short tutorial on how to, oh no, another tutorial. If you play Mystic Mine, do not summon monsters. Wait till you get your Cosmic Cyclones, your Lightning Storm, your Prohibition, and your Harpy's Feather Duster, or Curse Seal. And if you get one of these, your chances are going higher. And if you get multiple, your chances go even further up. And hopefully that will help you somewhat defeat Mystic Mine. Yeah. Everyone hates this card. Everyone loves playing it. Everyone loves to make your opponent, watch them cry, watch them tears roll down their eyes and get frustrated. But obviously, if you're a good player, you'll know how to defeat it by not summoning monsters, by setting up your Red Reboots or your Royal Decrees or your Cosmic Cyclones. But yeah, that's a short tip on how to defeat it. Obviously, I will make an updated profile on Mystic Mine after Blazing Vortex, where you get a new pot with probably this new trap, and with Dimensional, not Barrier, but the one that banishes cards until your end of your next turn. And yes, and then I will also tell you in that video how to somewhat prepare for Mystic Mine if it's going to come up. There's not too, well, I live in New Zealand, so basically all our meta is rogue, so there are a few Mystic Mine players out there that you have to contend with, including me. So enjoy that, and next episode will be a new segment that I'm doing, which will be the Worst Structure Deck Challenge. Look forward to that. Thank you.